Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I love that I'm talking about camel toes. All right.
Emma and Ryan, let's toast Emma and Ryan from your wedding. It's going to use.
Congratulations, Emma and Ryan.
Woo! Woo!
Oh, I get it. Cheers.
Cheers.
No big deal. Dress her up, you can't take her out.
Oopsies.
Also, I have to say, you guys, these straws are like the weirdest thing on the face of the planet. They're silicone, and they're like squishy and reusable, and I like them.
My mom got them. Thanks, Mom.
I'm a fan. Thanks, Valerie. Okay.
On today's episode of Tequila.
Talk Tuesday. Oh, sorry.
Tequila Talk Tuesday.
Yay! Amber's not with it. I want to be controversial. That's right. That's right, people. I'm gonna get more controversial than I already normally am. All right. So we talked a couple episodes ago about me starting like the Queen's Confessional. I haven't done it yet. As of us recording this video, I might. Anyways, I came up with this topic. And it popped in my head, and I'm really excited about it because I just think it's like so. I think it's very important, especially for us as women and little girls. And I have a daughter.
Drop the headline.
Oh yeah, comfort is what was our thing? Comfort is a killer, but we had another one. Comfort is I don't know. Comfort is dead.
Crop this shit out.
There's our blooper.
Follow our TikTok, Tequila Talk Tuesdays, for all of our bloopers.
Oh, ridiculousnm.
Frick, I don't remember.
I don't remember it either.
We'll just say comfort is killer.
Yeah, comfort is a killer. So anyways, okay, so what I wanted to talk about is I think it's actually extremely dangerous to teach little girls to be comfortable in their own skin.
It's not the right word. It's not the right word.
And before you come for me, I do not want, of course we want little girls to have confidence, but like we're in an age and we're in a society where these girls can watch social media and see all these women changing their hair, their looks, their bodies, their clothes, their niches, their everything. Like they're changing and progressing and growing, but we're literally we're told to tell these girls to be comfortable in your own skin, be comfortable where you are. You know, like you're enough. You're worthy. You deserve to be comfortable. I don't fucking want my daughter to be comfortable. I want her to be happy. I want her to be excited. I want her to be driven. I want her to be better than who she was yesterday. I don't want her to get comfortable. I want her to get out of her. Oh, and that's another thing. All these success coaches always talk about how, in order to move ahead and plow ahead and be successful, is to get out of your comfort zone. So why are we telling like women to be comfortable? It's horrible. I hate it.
And I, like, speaking of that, of how I have hair extensions, I dye my hair, I have lash extensions, I do these things to change the way I look, and I feel like a lot of people have this skewed image in their mind of what it means to have lip injections or Botox. And so recently I made a post on my Instagram story showing exactly what like a picture of my face and saying exactly what I get done.
Yeah.
I was actually shocked at how many people reached out and said that they had no idea that I had work done.
It's maintenance, you guys.
It's enhancing who I feel like I am, and it's the same with me dyeing my hair blonde and getting extensions. It's the exact same thing. I do these things because it makes me feel good and it makes me feel like I'm putting my best self forward.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to start being more transparent about it because one, the girl Shelby that I go to in Lethbridge, I love, and I think that she does such a good job at doing exactly what I want, what suits my face, because I have seen since moving to Calgary, there's so many people with eyebrows, with lips, they do the exact same thing on every single person.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
What? I'm trying to. No, but but like saying in Calgary, there's so many of the
100%.
people that it's like cookie cutter stuff,
Yeah.
and I really appreciate the people that will make adjustments based on me because like some people like you like more like we have different styles for what we like for lip shapes. Well, that's basically it. But you know, we have different styles of what we like, and that's fine. And I like it to still feel like at first I didn't really want people to know that I got it done, but now I'm like, I do not care. Like I love everything about it, and I think it's just because I was too scared about it. I thought
because it's a cliche, because you should be happy with who you are. You should be comfortable in your own skin. You should love who you are at all times. Just because, speaking of which, tomorrow is surgery day, by the way, guys. Just because I'm getting boobs, and just because I get lip injections, and because I get Botox and hair extensions, and because I work out, that doesn't mean I don't love myself. That doesn't mean I'm changing who I am to fit some sort of mold. That's not what I'm doing. I think there's this fine line between doing it to enhance who you are and bring out that inner queen that we always talk about, or doing it to fill some sort of hole, or doing it because like I'm not happy now, so if I get boobs I will be happy, you know, that sort of attitude. And I feel like I don't know, like it comes down to like being comfortable in your own skin shit. I can't, because I don't think that that's how we should live. Living this life is supposed to be living 100% to the fullest and discovering who you are as a person and becoming the best version of yourself. So is the best version of yourself staying comfortable? I don't think so.
No, everyone says success happens outside of your comfort zone. Great things happen outside of your comfort zone. Think outside the box. But yeah, when it comes to how we live our life, just be okay being comfortable. And it's like,
I don't want to be comfortable.
No.
We have so much potential for so much more. We have billions of connections and neurons in our brain that we're capable of thinking of $1 million ideas. We are capable of so much more. So why do we keep being told to stay in the comfort zone? I am not okay with it, and I'm not teaching my kids to do that.
Yeah, and I think that's when we say like we don't want to teach our kids to be comfortable in their skin. We want to teach them to be confident in themselves and to do whatever they can to strive to be their best self. And be better than what they were yesterday. And if that is just...
It's also teaching them like gratitude too. We talked about this too.
Yes.
Is being grateful for what you are capable of doing and what you can do now. Like if you know, it's like in the workout industry. If you can only do 50 squats with 25-pound weights, you're always striving to up that weight, to increase that number of squats. You're not just going to stay in your comfort zone of doing the 50 squats and you'll never get anywhere. So I think it's just it's balancing being grateful for who you are and what you can do right now, and then waking up the next morning and say, how can I be better than the person I was before?
And like as far as like being comfortable in your skin, it's knowing, appreciating what you have 100%, looking in the mirror, picking out your flaws, getting to know that. But then if it is a matter of my skin is shitty or I'm overweight, what can you do to fix that? And I think that it is a fine line with young girls, especially any young kids, because you don't want them to have like weight issues and insecurities, but you have to educate them. Like if they are unhappy with the way that they're feeling, educate them on that they can make better nutritional choices, because certain foods will fuel their body better than others. And like if they don't feel pretty wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants all the time, okay, try on different clothes. What do you feel good in?
I talk about this with this is something, a daily practice that I do, and I call it the 5 things, and I think I've talked about it before. But it's like in those moments where you look in the mirror and you see flaws, stop focusing on them, because as we know with law of attraction, what you focus on you will get more of. So if you're staring in a mirror and focusing on the fact that you have a breakout, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to have 2 more breakouts. That's just how it works. You're putting energy into things that you don't want. The universe doesn't understand that. It's just going to say, you're putting energy into this, you must want it, I'm going to give you more. So in that moment, we need to change the narrative. Talk about what you do like. Like I always ask my, I ask my daughter Ada, like, I'm like, you like being a princess? Yes. And like, I like my hair, and I'm really, and like, I called her beautiful the other day, and she went, I know. And I'm like, this is perfect, you know? I want her to focus on the things that make her happy and that she loves about herself and that she loves doing. And I think that's really important for all women to do, is just to look in the mirror. I know that you, like, even if it starts with like just the neck up, just focus on the things that you absolutely love. And because I like, when I first started this practice, it was like, I love my clavicles. I love my ear shape. I kind of like my nose. And then like slowly, but like I like my hands, like slow, and I avoided everything from like the neck to the ankle. Typical. But then after a while, the more I did that, the more and more I was able to add on. And what I just remember having this like light bulb moment. I was in yoga, and I used to never take off my, like I would always wear like the yoga top, or yoga bra and the pants, but I would always wear like a baggy, I don't know, sweat thing over top of it. And it was hot yoga, and I was so hot, and I was like, I need to take this off, and I took it off, and I thought it was gonna be so uncomfortable. And I remember sitting down and looking in the mirror and looking at my stomach, and my eyes immediately trailed up to my neck and was just like, you have nice clavicles. And it was just like a light bulb moment that like, I didn't focus on that because I haven't put energy into that. I put more energy, more positive energy into what I love about myself, that my brain automatically went to those things when I started feeling down. And I think that is like a super important thing that we need to learn and teach ourselves as women, is to focus on the things that we love about ourselves, that we're grateful for, and not be, and be okay with the fact that be okay with the idea that we can improve ourselves. That's it.
Yeah. and I think I don't like this shame around wanting to improve yourself, and we've talked about it before. But like, it's okay. And I had some comments, and people were like, oh, well, I just thought you were naturally pretty. And I'm like,
I am naturally
I don't
pretty.
know how to take that comment. Like, yeah, I think that I am, and I do these things to maintain that, you know?
Look at Kylie Jenner. She's a perfect example because she looks like, she's a complete 180 of what she used to look like. And
Yeah.
people was just like, oh, it's like Kylie wasn't ugly, or she's just rich, or you're not ugly, you just don't have money, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's that comment going around, and it's just like, but if the way that Kylie feels now is 10 times better than how she felt before, and she has the means to make herself feel better and present herself with utmost confidence and feel amazing, why is that not okay?
Yeah.
I've got 2 little kids, and I'm getting breast augmentation surgery, and like I'm not gonna lie to them about it. Like I've talked to them about it. My son asked me why, and I said because I want to feel better. I've wanted them for a really long time, and I'm going to reward myself for. They're for me. They're not for anybody else. There's no other explanation. It's not.
Yeah. And we said, I don't know what episode it was, but I referenced to wearing sexy underwear versus wearing period panties, you know, like you
I think that was episode 18.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know that is because I think I may have watched it a couple times.
And I just think there's certain things that you do that make you feel better, and I think it's okay to focus on those things that do make you feel better. And as long as you, I guess it is a fine line that you don't want to become dependent on just those things.
Yeah.
But if
You don't want them to define you.
Yeah, they're helping to enhance you, and they're helping you build your confidence. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, and I really want to change people's perspective of things, because it honestly comes down to lack of education. Because I used to think the same thing, like, if you got lip filler, you automatically look fake. Like, that's it. Like, no questions asked. And that's so not the case. I did a job shadow, and I was shocked at all the people that came in, and I was like, I don't know, like, you're sitting in the chair, like, what do you have done already? Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I just think people have such a skewed perception of it, and I just think that people should educate their kids more on it, so that people are a little bit more welcoming to it and supportive of people wanting to do things to better themselves.
Yeah. What's the difference between putting on a really nice dress and heels and feeling your best self and going and getting a facial and feeling your best self, or getting Botox and feeling your best self. There's literally no difference.
Yeah.
And I think all of this, well, I mean, cost-wise, there's a difference. Let's be serious. But I think that whatever people like, and if you're comfortable feeling 100% natural and that's just who you are, and that's how you, like, I have a client who's like that. Like when I talk to her about, she's older, but like I love her. She's so poised and so classy. But I talked to her about getting filler and Botox, and she was very, very like cautious and kept giving me warnings about it, and like, you know, like don't go for lip filler and all this stuff. Like, you know, like, one, you don't need it, and I was like, well, I don't need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
And all this stuff, but it was just like, and you know, she's like, I'm such and such age, and I've never had Botox or filler, and I'm not going to get it until I absolutely need it. Well, that's great. That's you. That's not me. That's not how I feel. And I just feel
it's the same with piercings and tattoos and all these things. Like I don't want there to be such a negative thing around it. And I think I just think if you communicate with kids of telling them, like, if you aren't, like, I don't think that, I mean, it's hard for me to speak because I'm not a parent on it, but when it comes to like nutrition in kids, like, I wish I would have learned so much more growing up as a kid about proper nutrition and what you need to fuel your body. And I think so much, like, if kids are overweight and have health issues, it is a reflection of the parents, and that's not good. But you can do it in a very healthy and reasonable way that you're not going to develop an eating disorder with your child just because you're teaching them how to eat healthy. And I think that people go like one extreme or the other, and they say like, oh, I don't want to limit my kids at all because I don't want them to have issues. But at the same time, like, you do need to teach them, like, it's not okay to eat Rice Krispies all day, every day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that goes with it. That really honestly goes with anything. Like, that goes with like fashion and clothes and all this stuff. Like, I mean, my husband's probably gonna hate me for telling you this story, but like, I'm never ever going to make my son feel bad or my daughter feel bad about what they wear ever, or playing or using their imagination ever. So my daughter has all these like princess ballerina. She's a typical girl. She has all these princess and ballerina dresses, and she loves spinning in them. They're all tulle, and she spins around. She loves it. And she was just having a blast. And so my son was like, well, I want to spin, and he wanted something to spin. And he ran into her room, and she has this unicorn Halloween tutu, and he put it on, and he was in the living room, and he was spinning around. I have videos of it. It was funny. And and he was just having fun, but I'm not gonna make him feel bad by saying, oh, well, that's a girl's thing, you can't wear that. Why? It's just a piece of cloth that he's spinning around and he's having fun. He's using his imagination. I'm not ever going to put those types of limits on him.
Yeah.
And I think that, yeah, like, it's the same with food. You have to be the example. You have to be the accepting parent. You have to be the one who's loving and being grateful for yourself, and teaching and saying those things to your kids. Like, I actively make an effort to tell Caleb, like, you have to be, like, you need to be grateful for the toys that you have, the food that you eat, the house over your head. Like, it sounds cliche, but there are kids in the world that don't have these things, so I need you to be grateful. And actually, okay, hold on. This was a parenting win for me. This is turning into a parenting episode, but this was like a perfect parenting win for me. So recently, some of you may have seen on my story that one of my girlfriend's sister-in-law, 10 days before their wedding, their house burnt down. Yeah, so they had nothing. They literally just had the clothes on their back. And my girlfriend called me right away, and she said, like, I need girls' clothes for Brooke. Like, I need clothes. And I said, yeah, absolutely. I went in and I started pulling out all of the stuff that Ada was too small for or too big for, and making sure that they were clean and putting them in the bag and stuff. And then I was like, well, I've got some unopened books. Let's give some books to them. And my son, I might cry. My son went downstairs and put a bunch of toys, like cars and dinosaurs and stuff, into a bag and brought it up. And he was bawling because he was like, they don't have any food. The little boy doesn't have any toys. I want to give him these toys. And it was just like, ugh, like, such a parenting win to know that my son has that much compassion for another human being, and that he is secure in himself to be able to give those things. Like, 'cause, like, I mean, at that age, like, toys are really, like, coveted, you know what I mean? But like, and he was secure enough in himself to be able to give those things away. I was just like,
yeah, that's amazing, and yeah, that is so good.
it was beautiful. So the whole point of this was like, comfort is a killer. Like, being comfortable is a killer. I always want everybody, I encourage absolutely everybody who's watching to push your boundaries and be better than the person you were before. Stop saying that you're going to be comfortable in your own skin. You should be wanting to be more than comfortable. You should want to be happy, excited, and driven, wanting to try new things, pushing boundaries, feeling your best, feeling like a queen at all times, because you more than deserve it, you are more than worthy, and you are more than capable of achieving whatever you want if you decide to step out of that comfortable in your own skin bullshit.
Amen. Amen.
That's all I wanted to say.
That's good. I feel like we should end it there.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I like it.
That was good. Hopefully, share your parenting wins, because that was a really heartfelt one.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that.
And if you have a better word than teaching your child to be comfortable in your own skin, tell us what that would be.
Yeah.
Like, what would it be? I don't even know. Because, you know, you should be comfortable in your own skin.
Like, the only word that comes to mind is confident, but I feel like there's still something else that's a better fit.
Yeah, because, like, being confident in your own skin, like being, I feel like it's almost like gratitude in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, being, like,
be grateful.
Yeah, have gratitude in the moment and be better than who you were yesterday. That's it. Cheers! Alright.
Comfort is a killer.
What was the other thing that we said, though?
I don't know.